Hello everyone and welcome to today's video. Now today, this is the first F1 video, I guess, other than the McLaren Lego build that we won't really talk about. But this is my first proper F1 video on the Motorsport channel, so if you are an F1 fan, hooray, finally some F1 content. But today I'm going to be ranking the liveries for all of the F1 teams. So first off with Alfa Romeo. So this is the Alfa Romeo livery for 2023, and I love it. I generally do. A bit of a theme as well for this year's F1 cars is that it's a lot of black, a lot of carbon fiber. It's just to save weight, but I quite like it. I think it looks really cool. The red is a perfect shade. I like also the stake company are the only ones who actually has some black as the background, which I quite like. So it's a pretty good contrast, and I think I'll be honest, I think it's an S tier livery. I love it so much. The Alpine. So first off with the blue one. So this is the blue Alpine, and to be honest, I love it. I think it's great. Interestingly, that they have the number like not on the shark fin, which is interesting. Quite like the wheel cover design as well. I love it. It's like similar to like I guess it was like pioneered obviously from what McLaren did last year. Bit of patterns as well on the back, a lot on the pink and the blue. I like it. I think this is a great design. And then move over to the pink one, and the pink one also looks really good. I'm pretty sure this is the 2022 livery or 2023 livery. I'm not too sure. Okay, yeah, double check. Yes, it is. Okay, cool. I don't know why they've added another blue at the back. That's interesting, but I mean, I guess like they do need some shades of blue for Alpine. But the pink one, I'm not really a fan of the back part. I think the French flag as well is interesting. This is an interesting design. Still, it's decent, but my favorite one out of the two is definitely the blue one. The blue one looks 10 times better. I think the blue one is an S tier, and I think the pink one is an A tier. Now let's move over to Aston Martin. So this is the Aston Martin livery, and I'll be honest, at first glance, when I first saw this, I freaking hated it. I think it might be because that I saw the nose cone and there was like nothing there and it looked a bit bland. But now looking at it again, it looks decent. It looks average. It might be, if not exactly the same as it was last year. Might be wrong though. I guess the only change might be the halo is black now. Some other parts obviously black. I think the side pod's a bit black here. I mean, the wing's always been black. Yeah, I mean, it's just an average paint scheme. I'll probably have to say a B. It's average. It's kind of the same as it was last year. Which, I mean, if it's working, it's working. So yeah, now let's move over to AlphaTauri. The AlphaTauri is a bit of a controversial car, not gonna lie. Obviously, they now have new sponsorship from Orlen, which is obviously a Polish company, which means that Robert Kubica might be now in the team, but I'm not too sure. I mean, sure. I'm not a fan of this paint scheme, I'll be honest. It's kind of reminded me of like the Lotus paint schemes, where I'm pretty sure it was like Total, which is like, I'm pretty sure it's an oil company refused to get rid of their red, but the Lotus actually made it pretty well. They actually integrated the paint, the red pretty well onto the car. Here it looks a bit messy. It's probably also because that is all of like bright colors and stuff, just like white and blue, which is obviously like the main ones, and they just added some red bits all over the place. I don't know why you put in the halo. I thought maybe you just keep the blue with the halo. Other than that, it just looks meh. It does look like a bit of a mess, but at least the all-in stands out, which I'm guessing is what the sponsor wanted. So actually needed. They needed the sponsor to stand out from the rest. But that doesn't really change the fact. I'll probably give it a C. It's just meh. I don't like it. Let's now move over to the Ferrari one. This paint scheme is absolutely beautiful. I was watching the reveal of it, and oh, it looks so good. I love it so much. It's one of it's definitely a contender of one of the best paint schemes that for this season, and I love it. I think it's a phenomenal paint scheme. which is why I think it's an S tier team, an S tier. I think it's super good. I love that paint scheme. Let's now move over to Haas. Now this is actually a new look for the Haas team. Obviously they got sponsorship from MoneyGram, which I can't remember what MoneyGram is. Maybe an NFT or some crap, some like cryptocurrency stuff. I'm not too sure. But I mean, looks clean. I like it. I like you know, the integration of the black and white, the red as well. I mean, some bits on the red obviously keeps the Haas. I guess the white and red Haas colors. And integrate the black as well really well. It might be because obviously weight saving. Obviously the saving weight because of how heavy these cars are now. But I think the black actually looks pretty well on that, and I think it might be. I don't think it's far enough for an S. I think it might be definitely a top of A tier in my opinion. Let's now move over to the McLaren paint scheme. So the McLaren paint scheme, I mean, it's kind of, I think it might be the same as it was last year, other than I just noticed that there's like a little 60th anniversary logo for McLaren in the on the car, like near the engine bay. There's a lot more good chrome stuff. I'll say that, a lot more chrome stuff actually. Jack Daniels I see as well. So there's some new sponsors, DP World as well, but it looks pretty much the same. And I mean, I thought the McLaren last year was pretty average. I'm gonna say a B tier for McLaren. Let's now move over to the Mercedes. So now on to the Mercedes, and this one I just want to say, it looks really good. There's a lot of carbon fiber that I can see, like I think around here, the side pods, a lot of carbon fiber. Once again, there's no side pods, once again. But I like it. I mean, I don't know about the green part. The green is interesting choice. I think the yellow for Hamilton's looks a bit better than George Russell's green. But either way, I love the car. I think the Mercedes is my favorite car out of the whole of the F1 grid. I love it. Let's now move over to Red Bull. All I have to say is that the Red Bull livery looks exactly the same, other than some sponsors. I think the Rocket is new. Other than that, I don't know. But it's definitely a very famous livery, so I'm gonna give it probably a low A tier. And for the final one, we have Williams. The Williams livery is interesting, we'll say that. One thing I do like though is the Duracell battery. I don't know, paint. I don't know what to call it. I guess like the engine cover, I guess we'll say, with a Duracell on it. I quite like that. It's a good touch. Other than that, it just looks plain Williams. I mean, there's like the arrows, which interesting choice for the wheel covers. Other than that, it's decent. It's pretty good. I'll probably maybe say, I think I'm not too sure. I'll probably say low A for the Williams. So that is my list for this year's F1 liveries. For all 10 teams, including one new one for Alpine, which that's going to be run in the first 3 races, which will be Bahrain, Saudi Arabia, and Australia. So, that's really about it for me. Hope you guys enjoyed it. Catch you guys on next time in the next one. Goodbye.